The morning feeding ritual at Station Kepler 9 had become something of a spectacle. Ambassador Thrace stood in the doorway of the communal mess hall, watching as the situation rapidly deteriorated from tense to catastrophic. 3 Vraxian cubs, each standing nearly 7 feet tall despite their youth, circled the nutrient dispenser like predators around wounded prey. Their fur bristled with aggression, dorsal spines half-extended in warning displays that would have sent seasoned soldiers running for cover. The youngest, barely into his second molting cycle, released a guttural snarl that made the metal walls vibrate. "This is a disaster," Thrace muttered, reaching for his comm unit. "Get security up here before someone loses a limb." Before he could complete the call, a voice cut through the growling. Calm, utterly unbothered, and distinctly human. "All right, that's enough." Every head turned. The cubs' snarling ceased mid-growl, replaced by expressions of confusion that looked almost comical on their predatory faces. Dr. Riley Chun walked into the mess hall, carrying a standard-issue serving scoop. Her uniform rumpled from a double shift in a medical bay. She was small by human standards, barely reaching 5.5 feet, which made her look positively tiny next to the massive Vraxian cubs. She moved with the kind of tired efficiency that came from dealing with unruly patients for 16 hours straight. The largest cub, Kravosh, if Thrace remembered correctly, lowered his head in what might have been a threat display. His fangs were fully visible, each one capable of shearing through reinforced steel. Riley didn't even blink. "Kravosh, you're hovering. Back up 3 steps." She pointed with the scoop. "You too, Threnix. And Mara, I saw that spine twitch. Don't even think about it." To Thrace's absolute astonishment, all 3 cubs obeyed. They shuffled backward, their aggressive postures melting into something that looked suspiciously like sheepishness. Riley approached the nutrient dispenser, examining the display with a critical eye. "Let me guess, you're fighting because the dispenser only released enough protein rations for 2, and there are 3 of you." The cubs exchanged glances. Mara, the youngest, managed a small nod. "And instead of reporting the malfunction, or, I don't know, sharing, you decided to solve this with violence." Riley's tone was the same one Thrace had heard her use on rowdy medical interns. "Do I have that right?" 3 massive predators shuffled their feet like scolded children. Riley pulled out her maintenance override key and tapped it against the dispenser. "The unit's been glitching all week. Engineering's backed up, so I've been manually releasing portions." She keyed in a command sequence, and the dispenser hummed to life. 1 scoop each. Fair and equal. No exceptions. She dispensed 3 perfectly measured portions of the thick, protein-rich substance that Vraxians require for proper development. Each portion landed in a separate bowl with mathematical precision. "There," Riley said, setting the scoop aside. "Problem solved. Now eat your breakfast, attend your training sessions, and, for the love of everything, stop trying to kill each other over food. You're supposed to be the next generation of warriors, not cafeteria brawlers." Kravosh lowered his massive head, his voice a rumbling bass that seemed to come from deep in his chest. "Yes, Dr. Riley." The other 2 cubs echoed the sentiment, their earlier aggression completely forgotten. They picked up their bowls and retreated to separate corners of the mess hall, eating in peaceful silence. Riley turned to leave, then paused, noticing Thrace for the first time. "Ambassador, didn't see you there." Thrace stared at her, then at the cubs, then back at her. "How did you—" They were ready to tear each other apart. Riley shrugged, exhaustion evident in every line of her body. "They're kids, Ambassador. Scared, hungry kids a long way from home, trying to prove they're tough enough to survive in a station full of species that see them as monsters." She started walking toward the exit. Sometimes what they need isn't a security team. It's someone who treats them like what they actually are. She disappeared into the corridor, leaving Thrace alone with 3 of the galaxy's most dangerous predators, who were now eating their breakfast and occasionally stealing glances at the doorway where the human had vanished. From his corner, Kravosh caught Thrace's eye. The cub's expression was difficult to read, but if Thrace didn't know better, he'd swear it looked like a grin at Re-Triclawed can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.